Hello Skelevatorites, and welcome to stage 10, the final stage of this Snake Mountain build. I'm really excited to show this off to you all. Let's have a look. Okay, so a lot has happened since stage 9.5 where we left off last time. Right now I am mixing the paint for what will be the undercoat of the lava. I'm going to be pouring resin over the red painted lava, and it's going to be a translucent red to give it some depth. But right now I'm just mixing up some acrylic red paint with Mod Podge gloss medium, and I'm getting that ready to go and pour it in there. I did put a little notch in my La Llave coffee can so I could easily pour that. By the way, La Llave is amazing coffee. Here I am, I've got it all mixed up and I'm pouring it in. When I first decided to create this lava canal, and Manny, the guy who commissioned this, and I decided on the Filmation sort of greenish, dark greenish blue of the mountain itself. I didn't know how shocking the color, the juxtaposition of the green and the red would be. It's really gorgeous. And so when I did this, I was real excited. And as you can tell, it's really starting to come alive now that we have the lava here. Okay, so right now what I'm doing is I'm measuring the distances between the elements. This is where, see that ledge there? The resin lava is gonna pour over that edge and down past the bridge area and into the lava falls below. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour a sheet of resin, translucent red, that will hang there. It can be removed so that Manny can add LED lights behind there to illuminate the lava falls. So it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm using aluminum foil here to create a sort of mold of the inside of that cavern or the entrance where the lava comes out. And then I trace that over here on the plastic sheet. And then I'm going to, after I'm done tracing the shape of the lava falls, I'm gonna create an area where I can pour the resin onto the sheet. Now, I wanna make sure you all know that resin is dangerous to use. So if you use a plastic sheet and you're pouring it onto it, make sure there are no puncture holes or no openings. Make sure also that the plastic is pulled tight all across all edges. You don't want to. You also don't want to have any wrinkles in your resin, but also you don't want to leave any room for accidents. That's the basic shape of the lava falls. I'm going to lay silicone down along these edges so that the resin cannot escape. So you want to be careful when you are putting the silicone around the edges that you don't leave any openings. So I doubled up on the thickness of that just to be on the safe side. Now I get to start working on the bridge. And honestly, folks, I was so nervous about this bridge and getting started on it. I was real hesitant, but I'm really happy with the way this thing turned out. I suppose this is a good moment to just say, hey, if you like these videos, click like and subscribe and tell your friends about the Skelevator channel. I really appreciate you all watching, and don't be afraid to spread the word. All right, so the base coat of the lava is dried and the bridge is installed, though it hasn't been painted yet, so it's not going to have that raw wood color. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm mixing in some brown so that it has a sort of a darker wood finish. And then I'm also going to create the mold or plant material that is on the original playset. And it's funny because I've been working on the living room and we've been painting it, and I have these extra pieces of white latex primer that's just sort of peeled off in the process. So I'm going to be using these. I'm going to soak them in this green, this light or bright green acrylic, and I'm wearing my gloves so I can mix it all up with my fingers. And now I'm going to get a sort of like a bright green, mossy stuff that'll hang off the bridge sides. So I'm really, at this stage, I'm getting real excited about how this is coming together, and as you all know, it's an iconic element of the vintage toy to have that mossy, drapey plant material stuff on the bridge. So, and also giving it a bright green color makes it really pop. Now, right now, I'm giving a sort of giving a black wash all the way over and around this thing. It's a very light wash because the color is so dark. I didn't want to make it darker than it already was. I'm giving the final coat of definition on the teeth. I certainly wanted to add a bit more detail to these to make them stand out. Originally I had them as one sort of color, red, pinkish red, but I wanted to give them more definition. Now I'm building the ladder. You can't have a playset without a ladder, right? So this ladder is going to be very similar to the vintage toy ladder, but it'll look a little bit more realistic. I'm going to add some of this twine around the edges to make it look like it's not just glued together. So now it's time to start on the resin. I found a few different resin red dyes. I wanted to create a very specific kind of bright red to match the canals of lava. And so I'm real excited to get this mixed up and get it started. Got all the supplies here. I'm going to do 32 ounces of resin. Some of it's going to be in this lava falls mold, and some of it's going to be the top layer of the lava canals. Oh yeah, always wear gloves and a ventilator mask when you're working with resin, folks. Be safe. Okay, something I didn't show you in the video is I used a heat gun to remove the bubbles in the resin. And last night, after about 5 hours, I put it on this wooden panel so that it would retain that shape, that angle. And then in the morning, I brought it over here and tested it out. And sure enough, it looks great. I'm really excited about the way those lava falls look now. And look at the gloss and the you can almost see depth in these lava canals too. It really looks cool. Yeah, so I'm excited. So just to give you some perspective on how big this is, these are the Club Grayskull Classics Filmation style action figures, and they are about 7 inches tall, and they are standing here and they look perfectly comfortable here on this play set. Evelyn looks spectacular in front of those lava falls. Yeah, I couldn't be happier. Manny, thank you so much for ordering this commission from me. I hope you're happy with this. We'll be delivering it to you next weekend, and I'm excited to see it in your collection with your figures, and I hope you post pictures of it. Oh, and I used little jewels for the eyes of the snake head, which I didn't show you how I installed those, but I just glued them in essentially. Those turned out pretty cool. So there's the giant 2-bad we got from Masterverse, and he fits right in there perfectly too. All right, so Manny, huge thank you to you for commissioning this piece. It's been so much fun building this. It's been a real challenge. I'm really excited about the way this thing came out. Folks, if you were interested in making something like this, and if you're nervous, if you need some words of support or some advice, feel free to email me. The email is right down below, or make a comment in the comments section below too. That's even better, in fact. But again, tell your friends about the Skele.vad.or channel. Click like and subscribe. Do all the YouTube things, and be sure to tune in on Thursday nights when I do Toy Frenzy with my friends. We talk about toys, and I'm going to be talking about this playset for a while too. I might be showing up on a few other channels as well to talk about it, but man, it's been a blast. So folks, thank you so much for watching. I want to send a really big thank you out to the patrons of this channel. MotuOriginsCork, Julia Honer, Carole Geis, Don Roberts, My Buddies Customs, John from Figuratively Speaking, Thanos Copter, and Brick Something. Thank you all so much for being patrons of this channel. I really appreciate you all, and every little bit of support really goes a long way. And thank you all so much for watching, and heck, this Snake Mountain's done. But I'll see you in the next video.